Okay. Welcome, guys. Whee! Okay, so this is the first episode of the year that we're recording, not that we're posting, because we've already posted an episode or two by this time. This one will be out. So it's the first episode we're recording this year. And I have with me someone who you never see. He's always in the background though.
never.
Never
Yeah.
come get it. Sorry, the back 2000s. So this is which is younger brother. We call him Papa.
Yeah, that's don't ask why they call me Papa. I just know
Tell
that.
me your full name.
Ah anyway, for those who are watching and you know me, you probably know my full name, unless you don't. But
For those who don't,
for those who don't, my name is Mpanzio. Yeah, I tried saying that 5 times fast. So
Mpanzio.
I'm usually hey.
How many times
You
was that?
you know me. Maps, you know me. You
How many
know
times-
me.
Okay, fine. I
Yeah.
know
But
you.
for those who don't know me, I'm usually behind the camera, and I just decided like, hey, I think it's time for my debut. Let's let the people see me in 2024. So you're probably going to be seeing a whole lot more of me this year. So I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah. So, Wichi couldn't be here again, because he had something to do. Toast apparently has the flu. Hope he doesn't die from it because the flu can kill guys. Take cholera if I don't know about Toast.
Hey,
Hey,
What Toast,
when cholera is in Quito now. So Toast, I hope you get better. I'm sure you people are wondering for the first time I'm not wearing an Audacity shirt. This is episode what? Again, I'm guessing maybe 15 or
maybe
13,
somewhere
15,
there,
14,
yeah.
somewhere there.
Yeah.
And I don't have an Audacity shirt on. The reason why I don't have an Audacity shirt on is because these guys kept postponing.
We didn't tell him to wear the dusty shirts all at once. We told
No.
him to wash. I told Mapalo, tell me when you want to wash, I'll send you money for a cassette of soap.
No.
You wash your shit.
Listen, guys.
Yeah.
So I had a specific, not really a specific outfit, but I had an outfit in mind that outfit the episode we're shooting today, because this is a lot more for the nerds.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, it's a lot more for the nerds than anyone else because we are nerds.
That's true. We are nerds. If you couldn't tell by my glasses, just
we're a bunch of nerds who watch anime
Yeah.
and music, listen to music,
Yeah.
and do other funny stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Kind of nerdy
Depends on
stuff.
who you're asking.
Depends on who you're asking. Yeah. Could be cool, could be nerdy.
Exactly. So I have this anime merch, Audacity. But I couldn't wear it today because these niggas kept postponing for me.
Okay, Maps, I think the people have understood that it's my fault.
It's your fault. It's your
They've
fault.
understood.
It's your fault. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's get into the topic for today. So we're starting with anime. So what's the situation with the kid in Kitwe for anime?
I don't know, man. I feel like there's not a lot of love, not a lot of community for like people who watch anime in Kitwe. So I don't know, man. Like, have you ever had a moment where like, yeah, as an anime fan, you see something or you see like an event and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go there and I'm going to meet my people, and I'm not going to meet like weird guys. I'm going to meet my people who are like, you know, they like anime, but like anime isn't like their whole personality. Like people are just like, yeah, I've watched Naruto. I've watched like Bleach.
In passing.
I find it cool. You know, I find this stuff cool. But like, I feel like we don't really have that community of like anime fans. But because they're definitely there. I have friends who are here other than Mapalo and my brother who enjoy anime. But I just don't feel the community is built up, and I feel like that's something that needs
Yeah.
to change.
I feel like you feel like that a lot because you went to school in Russia. The Kitwe community, the anime community, okay, it's basically just the CBU community that watch anime.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's this group, there's a group, there's a CBU group
Oh yeah.
that's dedicated to anime.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of nerds.
Really?
Bunch of nerds.
Okay.
So they call themselves the CBU otakus.
Mm.
So sometime last year they had a screening for a certain movie. I don't remember the movie, but it's I think it's one of these Miyazaki films.
Ah, okay. Was it Miyazaki?
Miyazaki. but you know the guy I'm talking about, right?
I know
Yeah.
Miyazaki. I'm thinking of
It's not the famous
that-
one.
No, I was thinking of the other. I can't. Okay, Miyazaki is the one for which movies? Miyazaki is the one for like
The one with no face. The movie with no face.
Spirited Away.
Yeah, Spirited Away.
Okay, I was thinking of like those other really good anime movies that have been coming out, like Your Name.
Your Name.
Yeah,
I think it's under the same studio. I think.
No,
It's not Studio Ghibli.
not Studio Ghibli. It's another guy, and I thought his name was Miyazaki, but it's not. I don't think it is.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's another guy. The guy who did those movies is pretty young. He did Your Name. He did Weathering with You as well. He was the one who did those movies, and that guy's a genius. That guy's a genius. Shout out if you've ever watched Your Name or Weathering with You. That guy's a genius.
I think I'll have to sit down for those because I haven't really been into anime as much as I used to.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know. I think it's time.
Yeah.
I do have time for certain things, but I haven't been as much of a nerd as I would like to be.
Okay.
So, if you ask me what animes I've watched, I'll be the basic fan that's watched like the main.
Like the big three.
Of course, everyone has watched the big three.
Not everyone has watched the big three, man. There's some people who are out there, I think especially now that anime has become a little bit mainstream. People like the 12 episode, 24 episode.
They don't have the attention span for it.
Maybe like this anime has got like 2 or 3 seasons I can watch it. But like only the hardest of the hardcore fans, not really the hardest of hardcore fans, but people who watched anime before it became mainstream.
Before it became
those are the ones who are like, hey, I watched Naruto and I finished it in like 1 week. You know,
if you finish Naruto in 1 week, you don't have a life.
You don't have a life
because why are you watching 66 episodes for 1 week? That's mad.
Go and touch grass.
What life? You don't have a life.
I'm talking to you. You. I know you're listening to this and you're like, what are these guys talking about? I know what grass looks like. You probably don't even know it's rain season.
You don't know what rain smells like.
You don't know what rain smells like. Go outside and touch grass.
If you watched Naruto in 1 week, even 2 weeks, even just a month, you don't have a life.
You don't have a life.
If you watch One Piece to completion, you don't have a life.
Wait, that depends on how long you've spent watching One Piece.
Okay, let's say if you watch One Piece for like 5 months, you don't have a life.
Man, how many days have been in 5 months? That's like 5 times 30. That's like 100. Let's see, 150 on average days.
So if you're watching,
and then there are like 1,000 episodes out. That's like, okay, yeah, that's true.
You don't have a life. There's like 1,080 or 80 or 90.
There's like 1,000. Yeah, they're almost at like 1,100.
See, you don't have a life.
Yeah, so it means you're probably watching like 10 episodes, almost 10 episodes a day.
That's a
which
binge.
Is,
unhealthy.
that's almost like 200 minutes of thing a day, which is almost like that's almost what? That's almost how many hours is that? 3. That's 3 hours. A little over 3 hours.
And you're watching it in dub. On sub, and you're watching it in sub.
No. At least if you're watching in dub, like I know the people who are like, man, I don't like to watch sub because like I have to read and pay attention and see what's happening. Sometimes I just like to listen and switch off my brain and be like, and just be able to I want to be able to do 2 things at once. I don't want to have to always be focused on like
on the reading and not on the action
and whatever and blah blah. So I understand. I'm sorry. I made fun of you people. I understand. I understand. But like, there's just something that comes from
the purity of watching sub.
Like, you can really see the effort that the voice actors put into acting out the scenes.
I think it also depends on what kind of anime you're watching.
Oh, that's true.
Like, because the older anime dub do sound pretty good.
That depends on like the really old dubs did sound cool.
Yeah,
then
the really old dubs, the Dragon Balls, the Narutos, Narutos. Let's just say the big three,
the Cowboy Bebops and everything. Those were all like pretty cool.
The Samurai Champloo.
That's
dope in dub.
Man,
I don't think I ever watched Samurai Champloo in sub. I don't think I'd enjoy it as much.
For what?
Because The dub was perfect,
Look,
basically.
it was perfect. Also, I know that there's some people who got into anime through Animax on DSTV, and everything there was dubbed.
Takwete free to iPhone. Takwete free to iPhone. How do I watching SBC? I watched Dragon Ball Z from SBC 2 at 17 hours.
No. We
Free to air.
watched Dragon Ball Z either from SABC or from ZNBC. That's what we watched.
ZNBC at Dragon Ball Z?
At the point, yes.
For real?
Yeah.
ZNBC was quiet.
Yeah.
SABC too, yeah, but he's talking about ZNBC.
No, I'm pretty sure there was a point where like those.
Nah.
Am I?
BTV. BTV.
Maybe I'm hallucinating. Please, if there's someone who remembers like Dragon Ball on ZNBC, please just help me to prove myself right to Palo in the comments.
No.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, like, but then there was like people who had DSTV and not free to
The
air.
rich kids. The rich kids.
Hey. People whose parents worked hard.
The rich kids. As we only had DSTV during holidays.
People whose parents worked hard to put DSTV in their house.
You know what's funny?
Hey.
We only had DSTV. We only had DSTV. We had SABC free to air when we came back to Zambia. The rest of the times was mostly. We had DSTV. We had free to air when we came back to Zambia. Most of the times it was DSTV.
Okay. Wait, man, you are in. This is off topic, but you spent like a good portion of your life in what? Botswana, yeah?
That's like the first 10 years of my life, Botswana.
So like
that's why I'm saying I watched Dragon Ball Z from BTV.
Like, you know how a lot of us are like, BTV is that channel, and it's like BTV. Was that normal for you?
It was normal.
Was that normal for you? Like
the small view at 19 hours on Monday.
If I go and like just scroll through those videos, is there a chance like I'll find young Mapalo just somewhere there?
No, I wasn't that cool.
You weren't that cool.
I wasn't that cool.
Yeah. So I was saying like a lot of anime fans just like, hey, Animax days. So there was this anime called Eureka 7.
I hated it.
You hated it?
I hated it.
I think really, there were some aspects of it that kind of made it irritating.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was Eureka 7. A lot of people watched like Dot Hack Sign, Legend of the Twilight. A lot of that, I think that was like early isekai days. What other good anime was there on Animax?
Bleach.
Oh yeah,
apparently Bleach was on Animax.
Bleach was on Animax.
I never watched Animax.
Yeah.
So
Bleach was on Animax. So I get like a lot of people got into watching anime that way, and they're like, it's in English. Like,
it's English. How did you get into watching anime?
So like most people, my first experience with anime was through Dragon Ball Z, but we also had the Spirited Away CD tape at home. Yeah, we did.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would watch it. It was a fun movie to watch. Me and my brother would watch like Spirited Away. So it was a really nice movie. And I enjoyed. That was like how I got into anime. Then after that it was what was it? It was Animax. And then after Animax, like I just had this thing of like, anime. I really like cartoons and everything and all that. And
didn't you also draw at some point?
Yeah, I used to draw like a lot of like, like Dragon Ball Z. I used to draw like, Vegeta and Goku and whatever. They weren't very good drawings, but like I used
there was something.
There was something, man. So like that's how I got into anime. So by the time I was getting back into it after Animax just kind of closed off on DSTV, it was because of my older brother, because he was watching like Naruto. He was catching up with like Bleach and everything. I was like, hey, Bleach, are there more episodes? He goes like, yeah, they are. I'm like, what? Really? Like it intrigued me. Like, these are the episodes of Bleach and everything. So I'd be like, man, I want to watch some anime. I told my brother, like, hey, I want to watch some anime. What can I watch? And I think at that time he was like, by this time, the period I'm describing, I think he was by CBU. And I would go and get anime from him, and I would watch whatever he had. So I've watched a lot of like non-mainstream stuff. I've watched a lot of like obscure, weird animes that are really enjoyable. but a lot of people haven't really watched them. So that's
Like,
basically how I got back into. A lot of people haven't watched one that's my favorite is Beyond the Boundary, Kyokai no Konata. Have you seen it?
nope.
Yeah, amazing anime. If you've seen that one, shout out to you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How did I get into anime?
How did you get into anime?
High school, I guess.
Yeah.
High school, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, of course.
Like, of course,
Of
Dragon
course.
Ball Z. Then the SABC 2. At some point, SABC 2 used to show Naruto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, around the same time that the Dragon Balls they
Mm.
used to show.
Yeah.
Then they moved to Naruto,
Mm.
like the OG Naruto, not Naruto
Okay.
Shippuden,
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
of course,
OG
of
Naruto.
course.
So I started watching that. And I was like, this is kind of interesting.
Mm.
Kind of interesting. Then I had friends, Alex, a friend of mine, Alex, and his brother. Damn, I forgot his brother's name. Alex and Lawrence. Alex, Lawrence, Kalinde. Shout out Kalinde.
Yeah.
But I don't think Kalinde watches anime as much. But Fidelis does. You know, remember Fidelis, right?
No, Fidelis,
Yeah, Fidelis. Fidelis was an anime nerd.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
is.
Still is.
Still is, even with his married
Still
self.
is, he's married. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure when his when his kids start popping out, he's going to be like, yeah.
Yeah, his
let's
name is Kid Goku.
Yeah, let's Kid Goku. Just be like,
Yeah. So we kind of had like a mini community where we'd share like seasons from CDs,
Oh,
like
yeah?
burn CDs.
Man, that was the day.
Those were the days.
That was the day.
Yeah,
Man,
so-
that's why. Sorry, that's why I say like, there's a difference between the Gen Z that people refer to as Gen Z and like the Gen Zs that are a little bit closer to
the
like,
millennials.
to the millennials, because I don't think like my young brother, the one who comes after me, and the one I was asking them like a couple
Your
weekends
experiences are
ago,
different.
I was like, I asked them, do you know what a floppy disk is? And they all looked at me like I was speaking gibberish. They didn't know what a floppy disk was.
How do you not know what a floppy disk is, though? Mafa, you know what a floppy disk is? Yeah. Katongo. Okay, we're born around the same time, so I guess that's a win. I guess that's a win.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Like they didn't have the struggles to burn a CD.
Burn a CD. Moving with like a CD pouch. That was.
My brother was my brother's an audiophile just like me, but he had like a bunch. He had like a CD bag this big with like a bunch of CDs.
Yeah.
All of them used to be like MP3s. Like the MP3s, like multiple folders. They would never really work on like a normal CD player, but they would work on like cars. Yeah.
Whatever.
So he had a lot of those different R&B, a hip hop one, a China call. But he never watched anime. He's whack. He's a soldier. He can beat me.
It's never too late, man. You're never too old for anime.
Nah, my brother is.
You're never too old for anime.
My brother is.
He just needs to get on the right man. I'm telling you, there's an anime for like every age group out
True.
there.
I tried to get my brother, not into anime per se, but I tried to get my brother into Invincible.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't be watching this.
See, that's the thing.
I was like, it's too gory. Not even your son can watch this.
Okay. Is it a gore thing or?
I don't think. No. I told him you can watch it because it's gory and it's like, it's an 18+ thing.
Yeah.
Then he was like, I still can't be watching a cartoon. I was like, just give it a shot, bro.
That's the stigma.
That's the stigma
around.
I know you watch cartoons.
No, you watch cartoons. No, I watch Japanese animated series.
I know what's the difference.
What's the difference? There's a
There's a
difference. Okay, but wait, before we get into these maps, you're giving us how your anime thing, your intro into anime. We diverged into like CDs and everything.
Oh yeah, basically, a friend of mine, Francis also started the podcast together. Francis had Wi-Fi at his place.
Oh wait.
Francis had Wi-Fi at his place.
Francis was the nigga with the Wi-Fi.
The nigga with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because the nigga with the Wi-Fi but didn't have the phone.
Oh.
So I had the phone.
You had the phone.
So sometimes I would go to his place and download music and episodes from his place.
Yeah.
So Bleach. I got Bleach. I think I watched Bleach. The first time I watched Bleach was because of Francis. Because he gave it to me.
Yeah.
One way or another, I'm not really sure, but he gave it to me like the first season.
Yeah.
Because remember the times it was seasons, it ended up to the introduction of what's this guy's name again? Byakuya's introduction.
Yes.
When Big Man Ichigo got owned by.
Yeah.
That's how the first season ended.
Yeah.
Then I didn't watch it after time. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it. Then I started working at the internet cafe. That's when I got back into anime.
Okay.
And that was the point because I had free internet. So
Yeah.
I used to download like a bunch of it.
I would too.
I used to download like a bunch of it. That's how I ended up finishing Bleach. I didn't finish Naruto at that time, but I caught up to it.
Okay.
I also got into Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And I had to wait for season 2 like everyone else.
So sorry for like Attack on Titan fans who started watching Attack on Titan when season 1 came out.
That's 2011. That must have
2013.
2013.
2013.
That must have sucked.
Must have.
Because imagine waiting 2013 to like what 2018? That's when 18, 17, 19.
17 somewhere.
When season 2 dropped, like it was like what a 4 or 5 year thing.
5 years, man.
Yeah,
like,
to wait.
Attack on Titan came out the first season came out when I was like in grade 9, and then I was in grade 9. And then 2017 the second season came out. I haven't graduated. It's even been like a year.
Because hold on first. I don't mind it because season 2 was fire.
Oh yeah, it was.
The biggest disappointment was Tokyo Ghoul. You had to wait for season 3 of Tokyo Ghoul. So the skip, how long was it? How long was the skip between season 2 and season 3? It was like another like a 4-year gap.
Something like that.
Like a 3-4 year gap.
Like a 3-4 year
and
gap.
season 3 was shit.
Yeah, it was shit.
Mind my language, but season 3 was shit. Like I didn't even finish season 3.
Man, Tokyo Ghoul started falling off when they stopped. See, so there's this thing of like how when they're making an anime, sometimes they'll try to adapt the manga story, like chapter for chapter. But then sometimes they'll make it into like an adaptation, like it's based off of the manga, but it's not what you're going to see in the manga, because some people are like, hey, I've already read this, why would I want to watch it again?
Is it like a Full Metal thing? Full Metal Alchemist thing?
Something like that. And even if you mentioned Invincible, if you've watched the Invincible TV show, and by chance, if you're a nerd like that and you've read the Invincible comics, you know that there are some slight discrepancies.
Like changes.
Some things that happen in the show don't happen in the manga, in the comics, sorry, and some things that happen in the comic don't happen in the show. Even though like you compare them like timeline for timeline, panel to panel, they don't happen at the same time. So that's just the directors and the writers being like, okay, let's
get some freedom.
Let's change some things to try to make a better story. But in the case of like Tokyo Ghoul, it doesn't always work out like that.
I didn't even read the Tokyo Ghoul manga, so
yeah, that's how bad it was. He didn't have to read the manga for him to know that it was bad. He could just objectively tell that this is a bad season
because the turn just came left.
Yeah,
I didn't get how there was like a time skip, and then he couldn't remember, and then I'm like, I'm trying to connect the dots, and the dots were never connecting. But anyway, that was that.
Yeah, that was that.
So that's how I got into anime, and and then I kind of fell out of it because other things came into play. Okay. Started doing my own thing in different sectors, but I still watched anime from time to time.
Okay.
Like the normal. Hold on, first. What do you think is the best new gen anime?
At this point, and maybe that's just because it came out, it's been coming out recently.
JJK?
I'm going to say JJK.
For JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah.
Why is it good? Why do you think it's good?
I think it's the story, the progression, the animation. I think that's all. That's what's made JJK like a really good anime. You know, like you watch the first season, and the first season makes you feel like, hey, this is a pretty good show. I wonder where this is going to go. And I remember the first season came out, and people were like, what's so nice about it? It's just Naruto, but worse. And
people compared it to Naruto.
Yeah, because they're like, Yuji's the main character who's got some kind of demon inside him. Then
I never made that connection.
There's an edgy kid with black hair like Sasuke, and then there's a girl who everyone thinks is useless, and that's Nobara. Yeah. So people are like, it's just like Naruto, but it's worse. And then like you start going through like you start going through like the anime, and then you realize like this is not like Naruto. The demon inside Yuji is not like, hey,
I can, I, can,
I want to help you. I can give you power.
I
Hey,
could actually be your
want
friend.
some?
I could actually be your friend at some point
He's
in
not
life.
like, hey, want some cursed energy? Here, you can have some. No, Sukuna is like, I want to traumatize you.
And he's quite a calculating bastard.
He is very calculating. He's like, I want to traumatize Yuji. I don't give two about you.
like I'm here for my own benefit.
I'm here for my own benefit.
If you end up dying, that's your thing.
That's your thing. I don't care.
If your friends die, that's your thing.
That's your thing. Like, I don't care. I'm here to traumatize you.
I don't care about you.
And like that was really re-emphasized in season 2. So yeah, definitely. Maybe just because it's had a lot of hype lately, but definitely I think JJK has really had the best run of like some of the new gen anime.
It really has, because a lot, and also because a lot of them have fallen off. Like My Hero has fallen off. Okay, Demon Slayer hasn't fallen off.
My Hero hasn't fallen off all that bad. Not in my opinion. You
don't think it's fallen off?
I don't think it's fallen off as much as you say.
I think so.
I think My Hero is a pretty good anime. I just think the people who are animating it are not doing it the justice that it deserves. Because when you read the manga, like at a certain point, my Hero is also it's also like a similar JJK kind of thing.
It's a Naruto thing.
It starts off and it's like, hey, this anime is like, it's nice and wholesome. Let's watch this kid do whatever. And then depending on how you take it, it's like, this guy breaks his bones every now and then. It's like this guy keeps breaking his bones and crying. What the hell is up with that? And then at some point you're like, hey, this guy's getting to know how to use his powers. He's becoming like a hero. And then you start saying like, the stakes are becoming real in this show. Like
it gets real. It gets real. It
gets real. It's lacking the grittiness from the manga. In the words of my brother, I haven't read the manga, but yeah, it's lacking the grittiness from the manga.
So can you say they've like PG'd it a bit? They made it family friendly in a sense.
Not really PG'd it per se, but like if you compare some scenes from like the manga and the anime, you can just tell like the one in the manga looks a whole lot more dramatic.
So they PG'd it.
It's something like that.
So they made it family friendly.
Something.
So your mother can say yes to it. You can watch this cartoon even though it's coming from the devil. Because not every mother's situation. Dragon Ball Z.
They still show.
Because how many? You can say 28. Okay. Every mother.
Yeah. The guy behind the camera was doing some real gang signs.
Like I'm about to shoot you.
Like what's going on?
Like this is who I rep.
What's going on? Anyway,
like every mother in the early 2000s that sees Bleach like you're watching Pokemon.
Yeah.
Digimon.
Hey.
Digimon. Demon.
Hey, Demon. Man, at least they show blood in thing. At least they show blood in My Hero. After the break, I'll talk about some weird censorship that has happened in anime that most people didn't know about. But for now, let's take a break. Yeah, we're back, guys. We're back. So
we're back.
I said I was going to talk about censorship.
Mm-hmm.
In like the early 2000s, a little bit of like the late 1990s, when anime was just getting like into the Western world from Japan, America was like, hey, this anime stuff has got a lot of violence, it's got a lot of blood, it's got a lot of adult themes.
This is coming from the people who make video games that are very gory, that are very bloody and very shooty.
You see? So
quite
they're
hypocritical.
Like, how about we just censor some of the stuff? And some of the censoring, if you go back, certain like Dragon Ball episodes, like the blood is like a different color. Sometimes people don't even bleed. It's just like like someone gets shot and it's like an explosion, like it's like a poof, but
In
there would have been blood.
like a black and white situation, like
Yeah. Sometimes they'll do this. Sometimes they make it black and white so the color doesn't show. Other things that have been censored are, I think like early One Piece. People watch One Piece.
early One Piece is heavily censored.
Yeah, people watch One Piece. There's a scene in One Piece where Sanji smokes, right? Sanji has been
Smoking from the get go.
Sanji pre-time skip was like 17 years old and already was like a chain smoker. You know, that's not very good for his health. But yeah, so Sanji was smoking, and when someone is smoking, like you can tell like there's smoke coming out from the end, right? And then he pulled it out from his mouth, and it was a lollipop.
What?
Yeah, they made his cigarette into a lollipop.
They made him a sweet tooth instead of a chain smoker.
Yeah. That's what they did. But they didn't completely remove the smoke. So it's like, man, why is there smoke coming out from this guy's lollipop? Maybe he's just sucking it so hard that it's combusting. It's combusting on the other end.
It's nothing smoke.
You know. And then speaking of
Jesus
like
Christ, I'm
Dragon
sorry.
Ball, this is like not like a censorship fact, but something else. Sorry for everyone whose childhood I'm going to destroy, but there's no such thing as Dragon Ball Z. You are all lied to.
We are all westernized.
You're all westernized.
The West, they told us lies.
Dragon Ball Z has been a Mandela effect. There's no such thing as Dragon Ball Z.
Next, you'll be telling me what 9/11 didn't happen.
9/11 did happen.
Mafa said the Holocaust didn't happen.
Yeah,
he's anti-Semitic. Cancel him.
He said slavery was a lie. Slavery was a lie.
They chose to be slaves.
They chose to be slaves. They wanted, in his words, he said they wanted a better life, and they chose that life.
They chose life.
Hey. So the reason why I say Dragon Ball Z didn't exist, Dragon Ball Z in specific, is because for most people who know, Dragon Ball has two parts. The first part is when Goku is a kid and he lands on Earth and he trains. There's his grandpa, his adopted grandpa, Gohan. Trains him. He meets Master Roshi, performs in like the World Tournament and everything and all that. And he's a kid at that point, right? Then there's a ginormous time skip, and that's where most people, have picked up like
the
Dragon Ball series from.
Hold on, first question.
Yeah.
Like, was the time skip also in real time, or was it like a gap in years between the first Dragon Ball series and the second? Or was it like just continued from there?
I'm not too sure about that, but I think there could have been like a significant like difference. Like maybe Akira Toriyama was like, hey, I'm going to take a break for a little bit and come back later and then continue this thing now that he's big. I don't know. I'd have to fact check that. Anyone watching the video, just leave a comment under this video as to whether there was a break between the ending of the first the ending of Dragon Ball and then where it picked up where he was an adult. Yeah. So that Dragon Ball that we know where Goku is an adult that's what we know as Dragon Ball Z. And then we're like Dragon Ball was when he was a kid. So in Japan it's all called Dragon Ball. There's no Dragon Ball Z. It was called Dragon Ball Z when it was being sent to the Western audience to be like, hey, this is different from that, where he's a kid. So it's called Dragon Ball Z. So even some things are different. If you look at like some of like the manga volumes and everything, because they had to change it, because like, hey, instead of it being a continuation from like the original Dragon Ball, it was like they started numbering them again, like from 1. So it's like Dragon Ball Z 1. But Akira Toriyama on the covers,
he continued
he would like continue the numbering. So like maybe the numbering would be like on Goku's back, like he's riding a motorcycle, and then on his back there's like a number 26 referring to the chapter. And then they would have to squeeze in like another number somewhere, like, hey, 4. So yeah, the same thing applies with Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. So basically in Japan there's no one who goes like, Man, I like Naruto better than Naruto Shippuden. For them, it's just one thing. They just call it Naruto.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's not there's no demarcation. Just all just Naruto.
Question: the
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Kai. What was the difference there?
So there was like Kai and whatever and blah blah. It was basically the only difference was that from what I know is that it's something to do with who was responsible for
The
doing the
distribution.
dubs, distribution and the dubs.
Uh-huh.
So there was like Dragon Ball Z Kai. There was a Dragon Ball Z for kids version. There's Ball Z whatever. So each one of them, because like Japan was just like distributing these things, right? So maybe let's say in the US, um one guy gets it and they'll be like, hey, we're going to call this one Dragon Ball Z Kai to differentiate it from like everything else that people are doing, and we'll advertise ours as this. It doesn't have violence, doesn't have whatever. It's safe for kids to watch and all that. Other people get that and they'll make the translations even different. So I know that some people who really pay attention, people I've seen like on YouTube, are going into detail about how different dubs say different things, and fans think
It's a Mandela effect.
like not really it's a Mandela effect. Like fans have like different perceptions of what things say, because like someone would be like, oh, but
This happened.
didn't things say this, and then you realize that that's a different dub, because someone would be like, no, but he said this, like it's a completely different dub. So yeah, no such thing as Dragon Ball Z, no such thing as Naruto Shippuden. They were just made for
To
when
differentiate.
anime was taken to the Western world, just to differentiate. Like, hey, this is something else. So, just in case I'm wrong,
Which it could be.
just in case I'm wrong, comments below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then let's move to our next topic for today.
Yeah.
The music side of it.
Okay. Cool.
Because the main reason, or not the main reason, like one of the reasons for the podcast is the music scene. Okay, we love music. I love music per se. I won't lie. I
we
love
all
music.
love music.
Well, not everyone loves music.
Not everyone, but like here on the Shimi podcast, we all
We
love
love
music.
music. We all love music. It's our thing.
Yeah.
It's our thing. So I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay, no. Oh yeah, 2 questions.
Okay.
So what were your favorite Zambian albums of 2022? So we're going to do like a music roundup.
Okay, let me just like check my
Your
Spotify.
Spotify.
Let me check my Spotify like really quickly, because
Okay, we start with your Western to the West.
I'd also have to check my Spotify for that one too.
All right.
Yeah, I'd also have to check my Spotify for that one too. So these are albums that came out
In 2023.
in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. In the meantime, while waiting for him to search for his 2023 albums. So today I was with the man behind the camera today, Katongo. Then the other guy is Mafa. He wasn't there, but we were shooting a video for what are the guys' names? Costa, Timmy Costa. The band Badman Shezi. Yeah, so these guys have like a really dope song. Like it's so dope. We were shooting a music video for them with Static Arts. So the video will be coming out pretty soon. Keep watch. Did they say? Keep watch. Yeah, but I really like the song. I really, really do like the song. So and I know you guys will like it, and you love the video because we put our blood, sweat, and tears and fuel into it because those people are making me drive to places I've never been. Yeah. So watch out. When is it dropping? Soon. Yeah. So Katongo says it's dropping soon. So yeah.
Okay, I think I have my answers.
You have your answers.
Yeah.
So your favorite 3 Zambian albums
My favorite 3 Zambian albums
of 2023.
Of 2023. Albums that came out in 2023. So, number 1, Shafi's album.
Broke No Kumba.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. So
number 2 is gonna be Drill Nengoma, Killer and Legend Son.
that's very valid actually. That's
Yeah.
very valid.
Yeah. Number 3 is Pompey's album.
Okay, true. That I love Pompey. I'm a Pompey stan.
Yeah,
Na-
but your favorite album is
uh,
your favorite album is not this one.
no, it's not my favorite.
Which one? Which one?
Were those
Which one?
ranked
Which one?
according
No, no,
to?
no. Those are not ranked.
Okay,
Yeah, those are just some.
my favorite Pompey album will always be Miju.
Always, that's everyone's favorite album.
Miju was just a fresh breath. Yeah,
That's everyone's favorite album.
because
Everyone.
I think after Miju, like the music scene in Zambia really changed after Miju, because the music that came after Miju, it set a standard, it set a bar.
Mhm.
Like everything after, if you listen to the music before Miju and music after Miju,
Mhm.
it's two different generations. Like
Yeah.
two different generations. So what Mark 44 did to the production in Miju was insane.
That's true.
It was insane. Him, and also Mark 44's first album. Crap, what's it called? Mark 44's first album. I need to check it out.
What was it called?
Jujue.
Oh yeah.
Jujue is a beautiful album. It has no skips.
Okay.
Have you listened to Jujue?
I have. Not in recent
Not
not
in
in
recent
recent
times.
times,
Recent
but I
times.
have listened to it, yeah.
Yeah, Jujue. Jujue is one of my favorite Zambian projects. So if I'm ranking like my top 10 projects of all time, Jujue and Miju will be there.
Okay.
So I could say my favorite albums of last year. Brock No Kumba.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Brock No Kumba.
Yeah.
It has to be
It
there.
has to be
Then
there.
if you
Has
don't like Brock
has
No
to.
Kumba, then who are you? What are you?
Then you
You are just a hater.
means your taste your taste in music is
You're just a
is
hater.
trash, and you should throw your ears in the bin.
Joe Nangoma, because I love Legend Sun and
Yeah,
everything in
of course.
Legend Sun. I love everything in Legend Sun. I am.
Man, that combo was really the killer and Legends and combo.
It's
Man,
insane.
who would have known, man? Because oof. But wait, sorry. There's before you give us your last one. There was one letdown song of my year, and that was the one with Holstar, Killer, and Sheffy. And I was like, when I saw Killer and Sheffy in the cinema, I'm like, oh, I was like, yeah, son.
No, I honestly expected it because it seemed a little too
You do what?
like too much of a dream come true. Like why are there so many heavy hitters on one project?
I saw that, and I was like, yeah, son, yeah.
And then you're just like,
I'm about to get the hardest buzz of the year.
And then you're just like,
and then the song started playing, and I'm like, okay, is there going to be like a beat switch up? Like,
and
there's
there's no beat switch up.
does the beat change, and then like Killer comes in with like some heavy bars or something. I'm like, what's it? And then I'm like, this is not.
And it was a tame song.
This is not what I wanted. You guys had the chance. You had two heavy hitters on one song, and you decided to do like a pop rap kind of song. That was a wasted opportunity.
But if you think about it, Killer has really jumped into the pop, into his pop element. He's less of a rapper now and more of a pop star now. His other projects do have R&B elements, pop elements.
Yeah.
But Killer now,
yeah,
like even in Joe Ngoma, he's more into the poppy vibe as opposed to like the heavy hitter. I am a rapper. I can out rap all you people. Of course, he can rap. He can out rap a lot of people. But
he can out rap a lot of people.
And
Killer, I know you're not listening to this.
I'll send this link to Legends, and I hope he listens to it.
If by any chance you are, please let's get more of the I can out rap a lot of your favorite rappers songs, because those ones with some crazy beats where you're listening, they're just like, that meme for the guy who removes his AirPod and it's on fire.
The smoke coming out of
it. We need more of that in 2024. Let's get more.
And I think we will.
Yeah. So now tell us your last.
I don't think this will be shocking to anyone.
Is it controversial?
No, it's not. Not controversial.
Okay.
It's Sonda.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Sonda by Tim is album of the year for me.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree. So if you listen to me and Palo's answers, you can tell carefully that there was one album by Sheffy, of course, because it just had to be there. There was an album by a new. I don't know if I still call them new wave
New wave.
artists. Oh,
I
and
don't think we can go killer and okay. I can call them new wave because they've been here for a time.
anyway, yeah. Anyway, they let's call them like
Because the younger guys,
they're the old new wave.
the old new
But
wave.
yeah. And then we also each had like a gospel album pick. Yeah.
True.
Not by we didn't plan this because clearly I had to search through my Spotify to find my picks, but those were it was just coincidental.
Coincidental.
Wink wink.
No, not because I don't listen to as much gospel as I used to.
Mm.
So it's not really because we're a Christian nation and I come from a Christian home
Yeah,
and my
no,
dad is a
that's-
pastor. Should add a gospel album to it.
That's not
Yeah,
the
my dad's a
reason.
pastor. PK.
Mapalo just likes Tim. Tim should also come with the heavy bangers. Tim.
I think Tim will have an album with heavy bangers. I was watching this interview, like he did with the Drift Unleashed podcast. He said it was deliberate that he did the album with it's more like something to say than less of something like
something to listen to.
yeah.
Okay.
But it is something to listen to, something to say,
Okay.
and less of like actually like bars,
Yeah.
bars album. It wasn't the Barzy album.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't the Barzy album. It was a very
It wasn't,
sonically
yeah.
sound album.
Yeah. Tim and Killer, if you want to be on the podcast, just
Just hit us up.
Hit us up.
Just hit us up.
Your slot is ready. You record your episode today, it'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah. So, what are your favorite? Oh yeah, number.
Yeah, guys. Sorry for the disturbance. It's raining and the windows in
Yeah,
my
okay.
Palo's car are open.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So my-
Okay, while I'm looking for my Western albums.
While we're looking for the Western albums, honorable mentions will be, White Celeb's album.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's White Celeb's album called again?
Zambia.
Zambia Kuchalo. Yeah, I love Zambia Kuchalo for some reason. I not really loved it, but I liked Zambia Kuchalo. I wasn't expecting it to be as different as it was because I expect most albums not really most albums. Let's say most songs from like popular artists are very monotonous.
Yeah.
So in expecting an album, a White Celeb album, I was expecting every song to be very similar. To my surprise, a lot of the songs were quite different, and there was actually direction to it. Like he actually had people behind it. Like Ramba, like he listened to people.
Yeah.
He actually listened to people.
You did.
He pressed the wrong button.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So he actually listened to people, and it was pretty solid. It was a pretty good album. So I need me more of that. The Chandanake album.
Wasn't that the other year?
No, it was last year. Chandanake was last year, right?
It was the other year.
Was that there?
Yeah.
Damn.
What is it called? At the
Zambia.
yeah.
Zambia was 2022.
Yeah, that's 2022.
Damn. Was Try Again last year? It was the other.
Try Again was last year.
I'm not a Yo Maps fan. If you know me, I shit on Yo Maps a lot.
Yeah, like
because his music is very monotonous.
I know.
I don't hate his music. I think it just sounds very similar. If you ask me,
I know a lot of people like trash on Yo Maps' music because
no, it's good. It's pretty good.
like
it's just
yeah,
it's just very the same.
It's very the same. It's very monotonous, but like that's really only because
of the
like,
market.
He knows the market. He knows the market. He knows the kind of people likes his the kind of songs that he makes. He knows what people are going to like. So he builds on that. And at the end of the day, you really do have to remember that in as much as music is about creativity, it's also a business.
It's very much a business.
It's also a business, right?
It's a business.
So like think about maybe like his album. There are definitely some like, oh, these are songs that are like, I know these are like definite winners, but you can tell they're like, there's some other songs, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but you can tell like, oh, this song he made because like he felt like making this. This is not just like, oh, I'm making for the sake of making. Like you could kind of tell.
You can kind of tell.
Yeah, you could kind of tell. So, So yeah, otherwise Yo Maps could go and be like, hey, I'm the biggest artist in Zambia, and
No one
no
will
one's
deny
going,
it.
no one's going to refuse.
And I won't deny it. He is the biggest.
No one's going to
He is
refuse.
the biggest artist in Zambia.
Biggest artist in
Because he's got the biggest charting music. But it's just very monotonous for me.
Yeah, for Palo.
For me, for other people, they love it, and that's.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
his music is trash. His music is great. It's just very the same.
yeah.
So that's why I would say I would listen to a Yo Maps song, not a Yo Maps album,
Oh, yeah,
because
that's true. That's true.
because listening to the same song over and over again in different fonts is different fonts is very it's very
Okay.
yeah. For who also dropped an album last year? Tilo dropped an album last year.
Yeah.
I haven't really sat down for it. There's some good songs on there. I'm a Tilo fan because he's very.
Oh, I didn't listen to this one.
You done?
No, I didn't listen to it.
Oh, you didn't listen?
Yeah, I
Did,
didn't.
did you listen to Mombayachi?
No, I didn't listen to. So I have.
Do you not
I've
listen
got,
to Mombayachi?
I've got a problem.
What's your problem?
I've got a problem. My problem is that sometimes, an album comes out, and I have these moments where I just don't feel like listening to music. Like some people are in a rut, and some people are in a rut, and you can't go out of doing the same things. Like you get stuck in the same things. Sometimes I get stuck in the same music, and I really have to go outside of my comfort zone to listen to like different music. Like, hey, a project came out today. Like, let me put in the effort to listen to it. I also just haven't been in the right like
mental state for music.
schedule, and like also sometimes it's like, man, I just want to listen to something that I'm used to. Like,
And
sometimes you're too tired. Sometimes you don't have the time. Sometimes you want to sit down and appreciate the album.
that's the thing, because of recent I haven't really been listening to as much new music as I used to. Because there would be times I'll just check the billboards, look at a name I don't know, and like, okay, let me go check this guy's album, and see if it's good. And maybe 5 out of 10 times it could be a good album.
True.
But sometimes it's not good.
True. Okay, so give us your Western hits.
My favorite Western objects albums. So there's Luna by Teo.
Okay.
You know Teo?
Teo.
Yeah.
Like
The guy Teo.
he's the one who did I feel it in your body.
Yeah. For those who don't know, that's the guy. If you watch Kicking It,
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say.
What was his
name? Jerry? Was it Jerry?
Yeah, he was the weird Mexican kid
On Kicking It.
and Kicking It.
And his young
older brother is
Rico from Hannah Montana.
Which is a very funny thing.
That's actually quite like that's not what I expected, because like Teo is he's a musician now, and his older brother, I think, is like a model or something.
Yeah. And then there was also Masego by Masego.
Man, you never visit me. You never visit me. Oh man, that was a banger. Oh man, I'm going to steal that one. That was good.
Favorite song of that one was Eternal Sunshine though. 5 pitch. Show me something
that was like
that I've been into.
That was a really good.
Masego never disappoints.
I don't know why I'm finding it really hard to find like my albums. I'm just going to look for albums I enjoy it, and I'm just going to say those.
Then my favorite the other two aren't ranked, but my favorite project of last year is Jordan Ward Forward.
That was a good album. Every time a song from that pops up on my thing, because I haven't listened to the full thing. So every time a song pops up, I'm like, damn. What's this song?
Bruh.
And I'm like, and Spotify recommended this album to me hard. Like,
it keeps throwing it in your face, right?
Every time I opened my Spotify app, it was like, hey,
you know why?
New music for you, and it kept popping up. I was like, do I want to listen to this? Do I want to listen? I'd never listened to it. I'm like, when the song's up, I'm like, I should have listened to this.
The first Jordan Word song I heard was "Little Baby Crush." That was like the other year. But then I was stuck on it for the longest. I never really went into like music catalog.
Yeah.
He was actually a dancer. Okay,
Yep.
he is a dancer. He danced on Beyonce's homecoming thingy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
That's interesting.
how many more minutes do we have there? 25. Hey, we're almost done. Anyway,
Okay.
so my favorite project of the year is Forward by Jordan Ward. And honestly, that's for me, that's like the best R&B album of the year.
Okay.
Others that honorable mentions, I would say AKA's album. That was pretty good.
That came out this year.
That came out pretty solid album.
Yeah, pretty
I'm
solid
an AKA stan, so
there was that what song? There was that song that I don't know if it came out as a single. It came out on. It wasn't Lemon. It was Nasty C's album. Another honorable mention.
I didn't sit down for it.
You didn't sit down for it?
I haven't really listened to Nasty C since the one after Strings and Bling. What was it called? Oh, Strings and Bling was
Zulman is Power.
No. Since Strings and Blings, I haven't really listened to Nasty C. I don't know. Zulman with Power didn't give me. It felt too like I'm trying to get into the Western market.
Yeah, because even had thing on it. He had
He had Ari Lennox. He had
Ari Lennox. Yeah,
he had so many like Western people out there, so it didn't really feel natural.
His A now was working hard.
He's in Universal now, so he's in Universal, right?
Hey, now man, even if though like
they were pushing that album pretty hard in the US.
Think about it, like I'm like Ari Lennox. I've made something like J. Cole. J. Cole's like one of the biggest artists like in the world. I'm like, who's this young man?
Who's this young man from South Africa?
Boy from South Africa. Africa. Does he even speak English?
But then Zulu man with Power with no Zulu song.
Right. A little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Here are some fun facts. So concerning music. Spotify, if you go to an artist and you scroll down to the bottom on their bio, there's like a circle in the corner and it shows what number they are based on, I think, monthly listeners in the world. I can't remember if it's monthly listeners or something. So one day I stumbled upon, I was like, hey, let me go on Drake's profile, right? And I scrolled down and I was like, hey, who's the biggest? I'm pretty sure Drake is like top 5.
Top 5.
I thought he was top 5. He's number 7. So now try and guess who number 1 is.
Justin Bieber.
No.
Taylor Swift.
No.
Who?
Number 1 artist in the world on Spotify, The Weeknd.
Okay, not the first shout.
Even release music last year.
He did?
He didn't.
Not under the album, the series. He had a show.
That thing, that didn't really count.
Does it? It does. Is the music under him? Is it under his name?
Did we? No, it's not under. Like if you go on his thing, I think the last album that came out was the one where he wore the glasses.
Oh, the time he was being a zombie Michael Jackson.
Something like that.
Best description, eh?
That's
Zombie Michael Jackson.
That's the last of his albums that came out. So biggest artist, that's The Weeknd. Then the others, this is not their order, but this is who's there. Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran.
Ariana Grande.
Doesn't matter. Her fans are just...
It's done? Almost done.
Okay. So we'll be back.
We'll be back for the last time.
We'll be back for like just wait, first for a little bit, okay? We are back, like we said. So yeah. So like I said, the top biggest artist, number 1, The Weeknd. Then I think number 2 is Taylor Swift. Number 3 should be Ariana Grande. Number 4 should be Justin Bieber. And then I can't remember who number 5 is.
Beyonce?
No, it's not Beyonce. Beyonce
is in top 5.
Beyonce's not even top 10.
That's the Beehive I was lacking.
Beyonce is maybe like number 23.
The Beehive I was lacking because
like Beyonce is like number 23. Then I I can't remember who number 5 is, but then number 6 is Ed Sheeran.
Number 7
Number
is
7 Drake. I can't remember who number 8 and 9 are, but the top 10 just always has to include a band, and that band is Coldplay.
Okay, it makes sense. Coldplay
makes
have
sense.
like a massive discography.
Yeah, they have a
and they have like a massive fan base.
Yeah, but otherwise, like I really didn't expect. I didn't expect The Weeknd to be the biggest artist in the world on Spotify. I thought it was going to be like I thought
Taylor Swift would be like the main person.
yeah, like I was thinking like, hey, Taylor Swift or like Ariana Grande. Like I know the Swifties, the Swifties are definite big fans. Like so I know that they would be like high on the list. But I knew Justin Bieber also would be high on the list, even though when did Justin Bieber last release music? Wasn't it that?
The Justice album, the one where he was supposed to be talking about justice, but didn't.
Justice.
It's Justice.
Yeah, so it's called
Justice.
The one
with Peaches.
The one with Justin Bieber. It's called Justice.
It's Justice. The 21.
Yeah, it is called Justice. Okay, cool. Yeah,
is it? Did it have the Yummy song? What's the title?
It had
the Yummy. The title was Yummy. That was a lazy song, no lie, but it was a great.
Was Yummy on that album? Can't see it here, man.
When was Yummy?
Yeah, it wasn't Yummy just a single.
No, Yummy was on an album.
It
wasn't part of an album.
It was in Changes.
It was in Changes.
Yeah. The one that came a year before Justice.
Yeah.
The one that was in Justice was
Peaches.
Yeah, I got my pictures out in Georgia. Yeah. I got my number from the source. Yeah. Okay, anyway, we have come to the end of the episode, guys. Like Map said, this is the first episode that we are recording in the new year.
So,
yeah, thanks guys for if you're listening to this and you have been here. Oh, sorry. Actually, if you've reached this far. In the comments right now, I want you to leave the word. What word can they leave in the comments?
Zambia Kucharo.
That's kind of that's like someone would write that even if they didn't reach the end of the episode. I want you to write like yeah.
Boom boom laka laka wee.
Boom,
if you can spell that.
I'm going to spell that. Boom boom, one word. Laka, one word. We, capital W, and 2 E's. Okay?
That's quite specific.
That's very so. Boom, one word, capital B. The second B should be small letter. Laka.
This sounds like a password. It sounds like a password or someone with something to hide. Like what do you have to hide on your Facebook? To have a boom laka wee as your password. Is that
laka. In the laka, both L's small, and then we, big W, small E's, 2 E's, right?
Is that your password, Mafa?
You
sure?
Whoever
check Mafa's Facebook.
Whoever in the comments, if I'll be feeling nice, maybe you receive like a something. Please, don't get your hopes up. I say just show support the Shimi podcast. Don't do it for money.
Yeah, before we go, Mafa and Katongo, come through. You can put the headsets on the chair. Yeah.
Just right on the chair.
You can. That's fine.
Yeah.
You come through. Okay, so this is Mafa, and this is Katongo. I hope you guys are visible. You know what we can come with. So so this is Mafa. Oh, this is Katongo and Mafa. They are part of AFD. That's Afro Dance Zambia. Yeah, Afro Dance Zambia. So these guys have
AFDZ.
AFDZ.
So right, guys, we've got AFDs behind us.
So they are dancers, great dancers, and they have a thing every Thursday. I think plug yourselves.
We have a dance class every Thursday by Litchway, Kitway. Yeah, Litchway, Kitway. Riverside to
Parklands.
Yeah.
Fitness Factory.
Yeah, Fitness Factory.
So
Thursday, what time?
5 p.m. to 7.
5 p.m.
they're late.
We're late.
I'm late.
But
But anyway, guys, look. These guys will be teaching me how to dance. I'll come one of these days, guys. Invite me to your weddings. I'm learning how to dance.
so follow them on Facebook. You guys on Facebook, right? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They have great dancers. There's going to be a show coming up soon.
Yeah.
Interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to
So
be a show coming soon.
For those in Kitwe, if you're looking for something to do, these guys are going to do. But then like dancing. Go for the show, guys.
Go for the show, guys.
So follow them to find out when the show is going to be happening.
Yeah, so peace out. It's been fun. Happy New Year, and see you next week.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah.
See you. Peace.